Okay, so our first fight here is one of our qualifiers, and the thing that I liked about the qualifiers is you really didn't know what was going to happen.
You didn't. It was honestly an up in the air match. There were quite a lot of new players. There were also quite a lot of veterans who have got at least 100 hours in the game, despite the fact that it is still in demo, which is honestly really surprising. I didn't think a lot of people would be interested in a small demo game such as this, but with 6,000 players and rising, it's growing fast.
And the community is great too, and the thing is, skill level is not everything. Is in total
No, it
time.
isn't. It's
In you never know
it's
what's going to happen in a match.
Yeah, exactly. It can be anybody's game. Some of these matches can range up to 2 minutes long. Some of them are finished in the first few seconds alone. It entirely depends on the kind of people you're up against and the kind of people you are.
Yeah, and right there is what we like to see, which is that's some of the efficient kills we get to see in these matches here. Now,
Honestly,
the thing the thing I think is really exciting, even though it doesn't make for much of a commentary, the thing I think is most exciting is those matches that are over in an instant, just like that.
true. They are the especially now with Robot Cool and Tigray. They are some of the strongest fighters that we've had in the tournament, and they are tearing each other apart in these qualifiers. Look at that. Robot Cool's making clean slices straight through the main mass of the person.
Now, I have the unfortunate honor of being able to commentate on myself here.
Yeah,
So
it is quite
what you'll
difficult.
see, dear viewers, is me attempting to switch it up on Intercraft and use my second weapon. I usually main longsword, but I went with this sword and shield this time, and as you can see, it did not work for me.
No, it did not. It
It
was quite a
did
quick
not.
match, that one.
I mean, overall, Ender handily defeats me. And
I
he's
mean, he
just
makes
good.
quite an effort.
I have Ender goes on to give a great show
He
in the
really
tournament.
does. I think he makes it all the way into the semi-finals, if I'm reading my router correctly. Honestly, really impressive output from all of the people who are involved in this. And we want to say a quick thank you to everybody else involved, all the competitors, everybody. You're all brilliant.
I would like to echo that. I mean, I think that's a not only is the draw of this game that it's a fantastic game with just like a really compelling mechanic. I mean, let's be honest, but it's the community that keeps this
It
thing
is.
going, especially as you said in demo.
Yes,
I
it
can't wait to
to
see
be
what
one of the
happens
highest
later.
rated demos on Steam as well. In August 2024, August just gone, they were the highest played demo on Steam, above Final Fantasy as well. That's insane.
Mhm. Mhm. So let's also shout out our wonderful devs and the dev team. I mean, they really have given us something worth it here. Now, this matchup here, though, let me segue real quick, and I'm sorry to cut off my thanks to the devs, but
I
this
know
match here was highly anticipated.
it was. I believe this is the first round of our actual official bracket. This is the semi-final. This is the quarterfinals right here.
Yes, indeed, and we had such an exciting matchup
We did.
for our first semifinal quarterfinal
We have
match.
one of the moderators of the official Gladio Mori Discord, Lob. He's a brilliant fighter, loves playing Bardiche main. He's very skilled with it. Apparently not skilled enough to not die.
Hmm. And then we have Lord, who is a sword and board main, which
Yeah,
nowadays is pretty uncommon.
it is.
Most people detest it, which I don't understand. As we all know, hatchets are by far the worst choice, not
Yeah.
the sword and board.
I'm gonna have to disagree with you there. I haven't seen Tig Tiger's latest video in the Gladio Mori TikTok channel. He does some good work with hatchets. They are an underrated weapon, but I do have to agree. Going sword and board main against any kind of bardache or longsword user, it's just a bad decision all around. It's not going to go well, and as we see here, Lob is just cleaving through him.
Oh,
Oh
and
God!
we have one of our very rare matches where they
And he's
test
trying to
this.
take on the ref.
Not
See,
happening.
I'm not too happy about having to deal with Lob in this capacity, but At the end of the day, tempers get heated, stuff gets said. The referee can be a bit of a hard person to deal with. I'm speaking for myself there.
I think they just like to test you.
I
Now,
can't blame him.
this is this right here. It looks boring, but I tell you, there's a lot going on in my mind here.
There is.
This is a battle of positioning.
The mental back and forth that is going on with these two as well in this. The do I charge him? Do I not? Do I give him that quick little 1-2?
And
When that get locked in though, they really do get stuck in.
they really do. They commit. And that's one of the things that'll get you the win. Hesitation
It
will
is.
kill you.
As you see, Lob he's keeping that distance of the Bardache to his own advantage there. And here we see Robot Cool versus Endercrafts. They're just getting stuck in straight away.
I gotta say, I'm not entirely sure how Robot Cool managed to tank that first hit to the head from Endercraft, but he
Me
ended up
neither.
getting him with a headshot anyways on the way
And,
down.
and seeing Endercraft get split from the crotch upwards it's not a pretty sight.
No, it
But,
is not,
but he
but he
still manages to
definitely
clutch.
locked in.
He does.
Yes,
Like, as we
yes.
see here, he's just got 2 wins straight in a row. No need for a third match. It's just in and out. It's tidy, efficient work. As we
And look
said,
how
Ender.
clean.
It is. It's just clean. Only headshot. Only head wound. There's no real blood spill either. That was instant death.
Hmm. Now, this is the entry of one of our lovely co-hosts during the live event and also friend Ace.
Yes.
Now Ace is a Bard main at this point. Now he quite likes Lob and tries to sort of take on. They both have a philosophy apparently of personal combat versus all out killing. As a
Yes.
longsword main, I can say that I go for everything within my radius. But they're very technical players, and that gives these matches this sort of air of tension.
It does. It gives it a little bit of flavor, especially when you don't quite know what weapon your enemy's going to come out the gate with.
That's right. For those of you at home who missed the tournament or don't know, or those of you who were there and need a refresher, you were allowed to change weapons between matchups, but not within a matchup.
That's
So there
correct. It
is a
was.
little bit of a wild card there.
It is. So whilst you were in your matchups, you had 3 rounds. When you know what they've got, you know what they've got. But the moment that matchup's over, it is anybody's guess as to what you are getting next. And Alpha is combating pretty nicely here. He's holding his own ground. He's keeping his distance well.
And I've seen that move. I've seen that move
Oh,
by
that
Ace many times.
clean
That is his
block.
signature move. That using the tip of the bar. Ace uses every part of the bard blade.
He does.
It's impressive. Okay, Slim D here. I played with both Slim and Tank a fair amount of times. They're both skilled players here.
They are.
And as we've said before, there is a distance mismatch whenever you come across a bard and you have anything but a bard. So
Yes, trying to fight against the Bardache with longsword. From a longsword main myself, it's not impossible. It's just very, very difficult to keep that distance between yourselves because the longsword is not a distance weapon per se. It's got that cutting edge all the way down to the hands, to the grip. Whereas the Bardache, you've only really got about half of your weapon.
Yeah, but the distance you have in which you can extend. But
That's true.
here's what you see by Slim D. Slim D is not a foolish player by any
No, he's
means.
not. He is
He's
keeping
using
that distance. Ooh, he's coming a bit close to me there.
Yeah, he's keeping distance, but you'll notice he's using one of only 2 grips that the longsword can use that
He is.
extends its range to match the Bardache. Now, whether or not you can then switch from that grip to a weapon attack that accurately counter blocks your opponent's
Oh,
attack to where you can close that distance,
seems
that's hard.
it seems he may be figuring that out right now. He may be trying to figure out which moves can get that range and keep that range because I just saw him take a couple swings at thin air. I think it may be about
Right.
to go down soon.
But the thing is, you can't predict what move
And
Tank's
they're
gonna
going
make.
in. And they're going in. No damage exchanged. Oh, first
Okay, so we
hit.
got some legs and hands shot. Oh,
Oh,
oh my! And a cleave from shoulder to below the arm on Slim, and he's gone. What we have here is what we're about to have here is a draw. Now, this is one of the most unique events in Gladio Mori, in my opinion, because the damage system and the bleed out system. Now, it's very, very unlikely that two people die at the exact same time at any moment in the game. But
It is.
indeed, that's what's about to occur. We've now established an instant replay role for a rep who will be able to quickly analyze uh, via video replay who
Yes.
died first, and we will be able to tell that. But this match we did, the
We did
competitors
just restart
themselves,
it.
yes, the competitors themselves agreed they would like to at that point call it a draw, and they went for 4 matches with this
Yeah.
second match not counted. So, and with that, let's go again.
See, and Slim, he really does keep his distance. He's a very mobile player. He doesn't tend to stand still and wait. He likes circling the enemy, making them move to him. Oh, and as you see, it's just even clean, straight easy, straight in. They're both down. Now Slim did win that draw. We checked, we sped it up, we slowed it down. It looked to be by about zero point 0.5 of a second.
Hmm.
But
And
he did
it
win, and we chose to restart. And what you're about to see is the vote is the game that follows.
and so and we still see that sort of activity by Slim here, which I think's really like that shows the technical skill of that player where he's keeping that distance. He's testing the waters.
He
He's
does.
not going straight in.
If anything, I would say he's probing to see what kind of moves Tank uses.
Right, but Tank's giving him nothing. With
He
that
is. He's
upwards
just
guard,
stood
that's
there.
just it's just so difficult to do anything with that because he can go to a side swing, he can go to a down swing. It doesn't matter, and that distance he has, and just like that.
Very clean.
Now, this was also another anticipated match, Ender versus Lob. As I was
Yeah,
streaming this, many people were really rooting for Ender here.
they
Which
were.
I was myself. I
A
want to
lot
wish
of
them the
people
best.
were. A lot of people didn't want one of the moderators to to get the win as well. So I think there was quite a lot of animosity. Not deliberately, but they definitely did not want Lob to win.
No, they didn't. But unfortunately, once matter not in the arena. And as you see
Yeah,
there, Lob is one of the most efficient players,
he is.
if
He's
not the
very
most
clean.
efficient player I've seen in the entire game.
Oh, he's definitely the most efficient player that I've personally seen, that I've had the chance to go up against. He wastes no time. He will stand there and wait, and then the moment you move, you're screwed.
Exactly.
And
I said this during the stream, I said this during the event, and I'll say it again. Love reminds me of the Samurai Musashi, cutting through three
yes,
enemies with three strokes. I mean, I swear,
clean.
he sees your openings that you don't even know you have. Which,
It's
to be
like
fair, we have
Tato
other
from the Green
competitors that can
Hornet.
do that too. But when you're going up against that Bard, again, the distance mismatch with the skill of someone like Lob, I mean, truly,
It
you're
makes it
really
clearly
fighting an uphill
unbeatable.
battle. Yeah. I mean, it's a real uphill battle.
I mean, as you can see, Ender learned from his first fight against Lob here, and he's keeping that distance. He's making sure that he can always tell where Lob is trying to go.
But it doesn't matter. And if he had I will say this to Ender's benefit, if he had swung a half second earlier, he would have
He
had
may
Lob's
have had
number.
that. And here we see Ace and Tank, two of the returning champs, both from previous tournaments. Ace having his silver medal in another tournament.
And some quick uppercut by Tank. Now that was something. That's an
That
uncommon
is.
move there. That would be hard to predict. And I don't know a good block for it using the
No,
bar.
I don't think there is a good block for the upward swing on the Bardache. I'm not gonna lie. I think the only possibility is run, get out of the way.
Yeah. But yeah, take a quick back step.
Yeah. I mean, here we
Now,
see Tank is putting in some very clean work, and it's just not enough.
it's not. It's not. Because Now Ace has this ability, like I said, to use every part of the bard.
He
Okay, and I
does.
know that sounds crazy, but when you can use the tip of your bard like a sword in one moment and a spear in the next, now you've truly become a next level player.
It does. It does. It definitely helps with the adaptation of the fights as well because it means that you're able to switch from one fighting style to another almost seamlessly. And as we saw, that just did not work out for Tank.
So, but before we get back to that, now I want to take a moment and go back to what you said about the adaptability of the bard because that's a point I had not thought of. But that's a
It is.
great point. You know, as we said before, you cannot switch your weapon within a match. So a weapon that can become useful in different
It,
styles. You know what
it
I'm saying?
becomes invaluable. Definitely an
It really
unbeatable
does.
fighting.
It really does. And that's why I think so many people were so excited to see this fight here
Mm.
because both these fighters, these are not just giant axes to these guys. These are
Yeah,
these are precision weapons. They really wield them that way.
they do. I don't think I have ever seen people compete with this level of control over their weapons. Not in a long time.
For for sure. I mean, and the nice thing is that we got to hear from both sides before this match began. My bad. Bad English.
Oh, good.
And then Ace went first, and Ace was, Ace reveres Lob. Ace has a lot of respect for Lob and has tried to learn
He
a lot
does.
from Lob. So
This is.
there's a bit of an Anakin Obi-Wan master
It is. It is
Padawan
very
thing going
much
on here.
master versus apprentice, isn't it? It's someone who looks up to this amazing fighter, and now they have to fight them. And
Yes.
I don't think there's
So he
any other
was
way we can get into it than just jumping in.
I agree. I agree. And with that, let's go. And so one of the most important things you'll see in this, and please do remember, watchers, that this is a round of best of five.
Yes. This final round is out of five, so that means that they need to win three times to win. They do not need to be in a row. And honestly, I think we were all surprised with the result here. I don't think any of us really expected it to go the way it did, but at the same time, we also kind of did. I don't know how else to put that, really. Bryn, what was your opinion on it?
Well, my opinion was this. Lob certainly went in with less intimidation factor against Ace than Ace against Lob. But
He
Ace was
does.
so ready for this fight. Ace had been looking forward to this fight for months. So,
He was.
it was between a confident master and a reserved student. And I mean, I just don't know what else we could have asked for in a final fight.
Me neither. I honestly think it wasn't really much to say. We had the post fight interviews with Lob and Ace afterwards, and they were both shaken during their fights, weren't they?
They
They
were, they
mentioned that they
were.
were sweating and they were worried about fighting each other. That this is the kind of atmosphere that we really wanted to encourage with these two, and I think these two fighters really brought that to life. Really did a great job on that.
And so right here, there was a lot of pressure on Ace, though.
There was.
I mean, two losses. If Ace doesn't pull something out here, the tournament's over.
Yeah.
But Ace clutched that with a straight shot to the heart, it looked like.
Yes, that was
And then
aortal
he goes
damage.
on to take the ref one. Ace is
He
just going
does.
against everybody.
And he had me pinned. He had me pinned. He had me locked away. I could not get underneath that bardache. And as we saw firsthand, that is the use of that weapon. It allows you to get in under the joints and lock them in place and stop people from being able to defend themselves. Oh, and Lob
And with
takes the
that,
victory.
that's the victory.
And
That
he does a
efficiency. He didn't do
victory
it
lap too.
he didn't do it untouched. To
No, he
Ace's
didn't. He
benefit,
did. He took some arm damage in that, and he's bleeding out slowly.
but the first one to go down is Ace, and that is victory to Lob.
It is,
And and,
and
and with that, that's the conclusion of our first of our first round of Ghost
yeah,
Gladio Mori
the first of
tournament.
monthly tournaments.
I'm
All right.
super excited for this series to keep on going. we'll have the live versions, which are incredibly long due
Yeah,
to
the live
the
versions
time.
take roughly 2 to 3 hours from start to finish, as well as getting everybody in the server, as well as setting it all up. It's a long process, but if you're there for it, I promise you'll enjoy it.
Can't
So,
wait to see it. Can't wait to see it. And
yeah,
with that, we'll leave you viewers here to go about your business. Thank you very much for tuning in with us. We hope to have a new round of videos for you next month. And
yeah,
just thank you guys, and thanks to the competitors and everybody who tried. And
yeah. And a
we'll see
big
you
thank
next
you to
time.
Brynjolf for helping stream and set this all up.
Oh, anytime, anytime. Thanks to Ghost for being the host. I mean, without that, we wouldn't have
Anytime.
had a tournament. All right, thank you all, and we'll catch you again.